Vietnam's most beautiful and famous pass, the Hai Van Pass, a route in Vietnam rich in history and beauty. It's a border between kingdoms and where the mountains meet the sea. So guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and go on an adventure. Hey guys, what's up? So today what we're going to be doing is we're going to drive up the Hai Van Pass, which is this mountain that you see. And Hai Van literally translates to like ocean cloudy pass in Vietnamese. And as you can see, it's definitely cloudy today. So this pass has been very important throughout Vietnam's history for various reasons that I'll go through when we're driving up the pass. I'm going to stop at certain places and we're going to talk about the historical significance of these places. But also, besides that, it's known as one of the most beautiful passes to drive in all of Vietnam. And it's very short. It only spans about 21 kilometers. So with that being said, guys, let's go ahead. We're going to go and drive up the pass. So right now we're at the beginning or the base of Hai Van Pass on the south side. So as you guys can see, this is the beginning of the south side, and we've got these beautiful rice paddies and a temple here right at the base of the Hai Van Pass. So the Hai Van Pass is an actual border between two of the biggest tourist places of Vietnam. So to the south of the Hai Van Pass, where we are now, we have Da Nang and Hoi An. And to the north of the Hai Van Pass, we have the city of Hue, which is known for its ancient history. And I'll be doing videos about Hue in the future. But there's also a lot of history with the Hai Van Pass, going back to the Champa people, to the Dai Viet, and also during the American-Vietnam War. And there are also some gun towers or turrets up at the top that I'll go over the history about those as well once we get up there. But in the meantime, guys, let's go ahead. We'll start driving up the Hai Van Pass, and I'll go over some more of the history once we get up there. So as you guys can see, Hue is only about 86 kilometers away. And if we come up here, woo, we can see there's some beautiful beaches down here, which someday maybe I'll take you guys along those beaches. But today we're just going to be driving along the Hai Van Pass. And now you can also see down here, there's a railroad. And it actually goes through several tunnels throughout the Hai Van Pass. Now, the Hai Van Pass was known as being one of the most dangerous roads in Vietnam for a very long time. Now there's actually a highway that passes a tunnel that actually goes through the Hai Van on a different part of the mountain, so you can actually go around. But oil tankers, or the lorries that are transporting oil, can't go through tunnel, obviously, and motorcycles are not allowed either. So the Hai Van Pass is where motorcycles and these oil tankers will go. But before, this was the only way up and over the mountain. So it was very dangerous then. And you can see along this road, there are a lot of shrines. So any of you who are from the States, maybe the south of the States, if you've ever noticed the crosses, on the highways showing where there were fatal accidents. There were actually shrines here on the side of the road showing where there were fatal accidents as well. But now, like I said, it's a lot safer than it used to be, and it's known as one of the most beautiful passes in all of Vietnam. Guys, as I was talking about, one of the shrines of many on this road. So, as you guys can see, right behind us, this is the south of the Hai Van Pass. This is Da Nang. It's a little shrouded in mist, so you can't see it all that well. But if we go back a little further in Vietnamese history, the south used to be kind of the territory of the Champa people. And to the north, you have the Dai Viet. And there's a really loud truck coming through. But essentially, the Champa to the south, the Dai Viet to the north, and the Hai Van Pass acted as a boundary between those two kingdoms and those two people. Because of the high terrain, it kind of made it hard for each kingdom to advance onto the other one's territory. So it acted as a natural divide. So guys, you can see that there's turrets here, and this is the top of the Hai Van Pass. So let's get up here. And as you can see, we've got this oh, it's a little bright, but we've got this turret here. And this is the interior of it. I mean, as you can see, obviously, it's no longer being used. But these turrets have been used, and these bunkers essentially have been used throughout the American-Vietnam War and even before. They obviously are not being used anymore. They're just ruins. But this was a very strategic point on the Hai Van Pass, because as you can see down here, this is the northern part of the Hai Van, and here you've got the southern point of the Hai Van. So this is the highest point, or you know, you've got higher points up there, but along this pass and this road, this was the highest point on the Hai Van Pass. So this was a very strategic spot to have. Here guys, let's explore this a little bit. Seeing this is some more of these fortifications that we have here up on the top. Now, let's go under here And yeah, you can see there's another shrine up here, possibly from a fatal accident or something else that has happened along the Hai Ven Pass. And here you go, guys. Essentially these military ruins at the top of the Hai Ven Pass. And as you can tell, people kind of come here and hang out and beer, sober, pence, happy. Okay. So yeah, they're obviously abandoned, and it's more of a kind of a tourist destination now, more than anything. But one cool thing about the south, the Hai Ven actually kind of divides Vietnam in these two regions, climate-wise as well. The south is more of the tropical environment. When you go down to Da Nang, you notice that. And then the north of the Hai Ven, which is more of subtropical. So it's still tropical, but when you go down to Hue and those areas, you'll notice the temperature and everything kind of changes a little bit. Even the fauna, the flora, essentially the environment changes. So it's a really interesting place to be. It's just a very short, I mean, to drive up from the south of the Hai Ven and to go down to the north, in total, if you're driving just a moderate speed, takes you maybe 30 minutes to do the entire thing. So it's a really short pass, but has huge implications historically and climate-wise, and just geographically speaking as well. And as you can see, guys, there's tons of cafes that have popped up here for travelers who are coming like halfway to just stop and have a little coffee. So it's yeah, if you guys ever drive up here, then definitely it's nice to take a break along some of these cafes. Here you go, guys, and we can check this spot out. So after checking out the ruins and military bunkers at the top of the Hai Ven Pass, I started driving down the northern side of the Hai Ven to an interesting part where we can see the entire coastline of Lang Co. So guys, now we're officially on the northern side of the Hai Ven Pass. As you can see down here, we've got this whole strip of beach, and this is called Lang Co. And you've got this really cool kind of lagoon in the middle, and there's a lot of little fishing villages there. Maybe we'll go check those out some other time in a different video. But yeah, this is the northern side, and if you go a little further up north, then you reach Hue. So Hue from here is maybe an hour and a half, 2-hour drive, something like that. So it's really not that far off. After a long day of riding and enjoying the Hai Ven Pass, it was time to head back home. The Hai Ven Pass is an absolutely amazing and beautiful pass in Vietnam. As you saw in the video, it is rich in its history, being a boundary between the Champa and the Dai Viet, acting as a convoy route during the American-Vietnam War, and finally, today, as one of Vietnam's most scenic drives. It also serves as a boundary between two of Vietnam's biggest tourist destinations, and as a border between climates. So if you don't have the Hai Ven Pass in your list of things to do, then you should, because it is one of Vietnam's most beautiful treasures. So